They say we come from dust, but not just any dust, stardust. Billions of years ago, in the cold, black vacuum of space, a violent event unfolded, and from it, everything changed. This is the story of how our world came to be, from a lifeless rock to the cradle of consciousness, from the age of giants to the age of secrets. This is Earth, the origins, the life, the mystery.
Number 10. The Great Attractor. In the 1970s, scientists were trying to figure out what exactly was at the center of our galaxy. What they discovered was something strange that hasn't been fully explained even today. Our galaxy is shaped much like a flat disk with our solar system somewhere in the middle of it all. But the galaxy isn't just empty space. It has a tremendous amount of mass in the middle, called the supermassive black hole. It's so heavy that its gravity affects everything in the galaxy, including us. Everything revolves around the supermassive black hole. But in the 1970s, scientists noticed something else. There was a strange point beyond our galaxy that seemed to be pulling everything towards it. This mysterious force was dubbed the Great Attractor. It took until the 1980s for astronomers to find the actual source of the gravitational anomaly. They discovered that the Great Attractor was actually a cluster of hundreds of thousands of galaxies all grouped together in one place. This is roughly 240 million light-years away from us. Even though it's so far away, its gravity still affects our own galaxy. Number 9. A baby boom. After the Big Bang, our universe was mostly empty space. The first galaxies didn't appear until several hundred million years after the universe was born. And the first stars weren't formed until even later. In the grand scheme of things, the universe was pretty desolate. Then suddenly, for reasons that are still not understood, everything changed. Around 900 million years ago, there was a baby boom in the universe. Galaxies started to rapidly multiply and spread throughout the cosmos. The period of rapid expansion lasted for only about 1 billion years. But it was enough to turn the early universe into the complex web of galaxies that we see around us today. Scientists think that the baby boom happened because the first galaxies acted as seeds. These galaxies provided the seed for new stars and planets. Then, when the stars exploded as supernovas, they created the raw materials for more galaxies. Scientists don't know why the baby boom happened, but they think something triggered the first galaxies to start forming. Maybe a quantum fluctuation kicked off the chain reaction, or perhaps dark matter had something to do with it. Number 8. The formation of Earth. Earth wasn't always the way we know it today. When it first formed about 4.5 billion years ago, the planet was a molten ball of rock. Over millions of years, the Earth began to cool and a solid crust formed. As the Earth continued to cool, water vapor in the atmosphere condensed and fell to the surface in the form of rain. This created the oceans. As the Earth continued to cool further, more complex forms of matter began to emerge. Organic molecules formed in the oceans, which eventually led to the formation of the first life on Earth. The first life forms were simple, single-celled organisms that lived in the oceans. Over time, these organisms evolved into more complex forms of life, such as fish and amphibians. Then, about 55 million years ago, the first mammals appeared on Earth. Mammals quickly diversified and eventually gave rise to the first primates. Primates then evolved into apes and finally humans. Number 7. The rise of the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were the dominant land animals during the Mesozoic era, which lasted from 252 to 66 million years ago. The first dinosaurs appeared during the Triassic period, which was the first part of the Mesozoic era. At first, dinosaurs were small, but over time they grew larger. By the Jurassic period, dinosaurs were the largest land animals on Earth. Some dinosaurs were massive, like Argentinosaurus, which could grow up to 110 feet long and 70 feet tall. That's about the size of a blue whale. Other dinosaurs were smaller, like Compsognathus, which was about the size of a turkey. Dinosaurs lived during the Mesozoic era until the end of the Cretaceous period when they went extinct. There are several theories about why dinosaurs went extinct. The most popular theory is that it was caused by an asteroid impact. An asteroid is estimated to have been about 6 miles wide. It smashed into Earth and caused massive destruction. It's believed that the asteroid impact led to climate change and the extinction of the dinosaurs. Number 6. The reign of the mammals. When the dinosaurs died out, it opened up an ecological vacancy. No other animals had been able to get so big and dominate the land. Mammals took advantage of this opportunity and quickly diversified. The Paleogene period, which lasted from 66 to 23 million years ago, was the age of mammals. During this time, mammals gave rise to many of the species we know today, including horses, dogs, cats, and bats. One theory for why mammals were so successful is that they were better adapted to life on land than dinosaurs were. Mammals were warm-blooded, which meant that they could regulate their own body temperature. This allowed them to live in a wider range of habitats than dinosaurs could. Another advantage that mammals had over dinosaurs was their ability to produce milk. This allowed mammal mothers to feed their babies with milk instead of laying eggs. This made it easier for mammals to take care of their young, which increased their chances of survival. Number 5. The hominids emerge. The hominids are a group of primates that includes humans, chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans. Hominids first appeared in Africa about 6 million years ago. For most of their existence, hominids lived in Africa. However, about 2 million years ago, some hominids migrated out of Africa and into Asia and Europe. Hominids are thought to have started walking upright on 2 legs between 4 and 2 million years ago. This allowed hominids to see over tall grasses while they were searching for food. It also allowed them to travel long distances more easily. Hominids gradually developed larger brains over time. This allowed them to become more intelligent and complex. One of the most significant developments in hominid history was the emergence of Homo sapiens, which occurred in Africa about 300,000 years ago. Homo sapiens were the first hominids to develop language and culture. They were also the first hominids to migrate out of Africa and into Europe and Asia. Number 4. The Great Filter. There are billions of Earth-like planets out there in the Milky Way, yet we haven't found any aliens. Some people believe that there's a great filter preventing species from becoming like us or further. The Great Filter is a hypothetical barrier that prevents species from becoming like us or further in their development. The theory goes that there's some sort of barrier that prevents species from becoming like us or further. This could be a physical barrier, such as a lack of resources, or it could be a technological barrier, such as a lack of intelligence. One possible explanation for the Great Filter is that it's a natural phenomenon that occurs when a species reaches a certain level of development. For example, a species may not have the intelligence or technology necessary to overcome a physical barrier such as a lack of resources. Another possible explanation is that the Great Filter is imposed by more advanced civilizations. For example, an advanced civilization may prevent less advanced species from developing further in order to protect them or to prevent them from causing harm to themselves or others. Number 3. The Fermi Paradox. The Fermi Paradox is a contradiction between the high probability of extraterrestrial life and the fact that we haven't found any yet. In 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi reasoned that if extraterrestrial life is so likely, then why haven't we found any yet? This paradox has puzzled scientists ever since. There are several possible solutions to the Fermi Paradox. One is that there are a lot of stars out there, but the number of planets that could support life is much smaller. It's also possible that life is rare, but civilizations tend to destroy themselves before they can become very advanced. Another possibility is that there are advanced civilizations out there, but they're hiding from us. This is often referred to as the zoo hypothesis. If there are extraterrestrial civilizations out there, they may be hiding from us in order to protect themselves from us or to prevent us from harming them. Number 2. The Multiverse Theory. The multiverse theory is the idea that there are multiple universes. This theory is based on the idea that our universe is just one of many that exist. There are several versions of the multiverse theory. One version is the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. This theory says that every time a quantum event occurs, it creates a split in the universe. This creates multiple universes where different outcomes of the event occur. Another version of the multiverse theory is the inflationary universe theory. This theory says that our universe is just one of many that were created during inflation. Inflation is a period of rapid expansion that is thought to have occurred in the early universe. This would mean that there are other universes out there that simply haven't been discovered yet. Number 1. The simulation theory. The simulation theory is the idea that our universe is actually a computer simulation. This theory is based on the idea that if we continue to advance technologically, we will eventually be able to create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality. If this is true, then it's possible that our universe is just one of many simulations that exist. Some people believe that there are other simulations running right alongside ours. Each simulation would contain its own set of physical laws and constants. This would mean that there are other universes out there that operate according to different rules than ours. Thanks for watching. Which of these theories do you find the most fascinating? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.